So today we're here with Pat, and Pat has been a customer for how long? It's been a while.
I think over 10 years.
10 years, wow.
Over.
So she has tasted just about everything that we grow and some other things. And what has always impressed me is that you actually keep records on what you've tasted.
Oh, yes.
And so, I mean, this is really a big project when you've tasted so many, but not only do you compare different varieties of mangoes, but different years for those varieties, right?
Right, because every year it can change. Depends on how much it rains, how much, let's say, sun the mango gets. The flavor can change.
Yeah, and
So one year could be very sweet, and the another year it could be very bland. Well, not that a mango can be bland, but, you know, less flavor.
so you brought like a summary of all
Yes.
that. Could you grab that? And so, of course, the summary has been entered on a computer.
Right.
And so we have the printout here, but there, you know, I go just get a sort of up close here. So that is about, you said 80 varieties about on that?
At least 80, even maybe a little more. What I find is when I personally taste the mango, everyone has a different experience and different flavor profile of what they like. I believe the reason I like certain mangoes is because I'm from the Caribbean. So I grew up on coconuts, I grew up on fruity flavors, I grew up on mango, which is a Julie mango, originated from Trinidad and Jamaica, which both of my families are blended from. So Julie mango is also in my country, it's Dominica, and we also call it grafted mangoes, and we graft a lot of mangoes originated from Julie. So that flavor profile is specific to me because that's how I grew up. So we always go geared towards where we are from. So I wouldn't pick a lemon meringue as my ideal mango, although it's delicious, but my flavor profile is more coconut and fruity, so that's why always my favorite is the Kerry and the Julie. So all my as you see my list, Kerry and Julie is my, of course, out of 10 out of 10, and everything else that comes close is in that family. Right?
So what other ones have you really liked? What other varieties have been really top notch?
Let's say, I would say anything in that family flavor profile would be Bailey's Marvel. Let's see.
The Dwarf Hawaiian, that's
the
half
Dwarf
Julie.
Hawaiian. It's from Puerto Rico, but that is such a big flavor. I mean, it just punches you in the face with flavor. It's the most flavorful mango I ever tasted, personally. Let's see, what else? My favorites, Graham, which is from
It's also
the Julie family,
yeah.
right? So I'm geared towards Julie because that's my originator. Lemon zest I like also. It's like a lemon citrusy flavor. How do you pronounce that? Malika?
Malika, yeah.
Malika. I gave that 8.5. It's also one of my favorites. Let's see what else. Let's see.
Oh, I just
Alfonso?
see one of the ones we just started having here. Phoenix gets a 9.5.
Oh, yes, Phoenix. I just tasted that last week. I really love the flavor. It's very hard to describe. What did I say about it? It's hints of pineapple. It's very sweet. It's compact.
It's very powerful, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's not powerful as the Dwarf Hawaiian, but
It's a whole different kind
It's a
of
different
flavor,
kind,
yeah.
different kind of flavor, but it's great. Let's see what else. Tess Pollock. What flavor? Where's that from, Tess?
Well, it's from Boynton Beach, but it's a Kerry seedling.
It's it, Kerry again.
Yeah.
Kerry's everything that I like originates from Kerry. I remember this one. I really like that one. How do you spell it? Zebda. That's an
Yeah, it's
Egyptian
from
mango.
Egypt, yeah.
And I also like pina colada. It tastes exactly like what it says, and coconut cream. That's a very light.
And you got Zill Indo-Chinese down there.
Oh
too.
yeah, that's one of my favorites too. All the Zill mangoes are great. Originated from Gary Zill in Boynton Beach.
The Zill Indo-Chinese, I think that was just sort of a chance seedling, and it's one of the few Indo-Chinese mangoes that is monoembryonic, and so he has used that for a lot of his new varieties because of every seedling is a product of cross-pollination.
Right.
And so that's one of the key varieties that he used for that. This is great. I mean, if you have the extra time and energy to do a rating system, I mean, this is very helpful for you too.
Yes, because I know exactly when to come. My favorite is dwarf Hawaiian that comes between May this season.
Yeah, April, May. Yeah.
April, May, and maybe a little June, maybe next week, and that's it.
Yeah, I think this last
so
week,
that's the most time I would come because that's my favorite. I mean, I love all mangoes, but
you also know that if there's a new variety that has one of your favorites as a parent, you have to try it.
I know I'm gonna like it. I have to try it. So I'll have mangoes all year round, really. Right. So that's what's good about it.
Well, thank you very much for bringing that, because it's a wonderful example of how to taste mangoes responsibly.
It's all imperative. It depends on your taste buds. I mean, my 9 could be your 6, right?
Right. Yeah. So it's very personal. It's and so even though you have very specific rating system, it's valid for you, not for anybody else. Anyway, so basically we've gotten a few mangoes out here to try, and the first one I actually wanted to try with you is 2 different ripenesses of Julie, because this one actually fell from the tree this morning.
Right.
And I was just talking to Constantine about this expression in Jamaica when you have to eat Julie the same day it drops.
Oh, really?
And so I mean, they do drop when they're ripe, and once they're ripe, they don't last for very long. The flavor doesn't stay good. So
yeah, that's very true.
So we'll just try this at its ripeness. It's completely ripe. And is that?
Tastes a little acid.
You think it's a little bit underripe? You're saying?
It's turning.
Oh, it's turning. Okay. Oh yeah. See, I'm seeing this on this side here. So this other side, let's do
still
one.
Good.
Let's do one from the other side. Maybe this is going to be a little bit better.
Still sweet.
Yeah, a lot of times you can tell by the consistency of the fruit what it's going to taste like. So this one's a good one, right? So my guess,
but it's still overripe. You can tell.
But this is overripe here. This is damaged. This part of the fruit doesn't taste as good as this other side here. So, when a fruit falls, unless it's green when it falls, it does have a bruise, and it just doesn't taste quite right.
Also, it's always gonna, no matter which one.
So
it's always gonna happen.
But this is good.
Oh yeah. Very flavorful.
Of course, I only ate the good side here, but
yeah,
that is definitely a good mango. Okay, so we have a slightly, trying to decide how under. We'll do this one. So this is a green Julie. Bird took it's not
semi-ripe.
Yeah, it's turning ripe, and let's see.
Very different. Not as sweet. Flavor doesn't punch you as hard.
Yeah, it's got a little tartness to it, but I think it was maybe a day more ripe than this one.
Really?
That I sampled, not this one.
Oh, okay.
But it's part of a story here. That I sampled out on Saturday, and there was a guy who thought he didn't like Julie, and then he tasted one that was a little bit green, and suddenly he was in love.
Right.
So anyway, taste them at different levels of ripeness. The perfect ripe Julie is hard to beat, but you might be a person that likes something a little bit underripe.
Tart.
Yeah,
little tart.
So, anyway,
because usually when you eat them, it's usually green to a certain degree. It's not fully like orange or red. technically.
Yeah. Yeah, with it really depends. I mean, this
Yeah,
looks
that
like
one's
this one looks
that
like at a
looks
really good
Really
level.
good level, right?
So should we eat this one?
Oh yeah.
Okay, here we
You're
go.
asking me about Julie? No. That's the originator for me.
Okay, let's see
Okay, let's see.
how this one does.
You can even tell by the color; it's different too from the green.
Yeah,
This one's it for me.
this one is it. Okay,
This
I'm just
is
gonna
it.
have a little bit, and then you're gonna have to take this rest of this home with you.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's good.
Okay, so here we'll do
This
the
is
3 levels of
sweeter,
ripeness.
sweeter than the first crop that came out in May, mid-May.
So this one was a little bit too underripe. This one slightly overripe as far as what Pat likes. And
Right.
this one is perfect.
Little green still and hints of red on the skin.
So there's our little study in Julie.
That's good.
Okay, so what do we have next? I'll do this. Now, Dot is one that people like at a lot of different levels of ripeness.
Oh, okay.
And so this one looks like it's overripe, but I think it's going to be okay.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
So we'll see. we don't know until we taste it, yeah.
That comes from the Julie family.
Dot. I don't know if we know what the here.
Ooh, that's a strong mango. I'm looking.
Gotta reference this.
Very sweet, lots of flavor. Yep, that's what I put down.
Yeah, it has like a peach kind of flavor to it, right?
Yeah, that's really.
It's strong in a good sense. It's not
Yeah.
like,
Can you get an overpowering mango? Have you tasted it over?
well, when they develop off flavors,
Oh, okay.
it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't even have to be strong to be like
Right.
too much. But this is
yeah, it's really good.
yeah, this is very rich.
Rich. Yeah, that's good. Rich.
So, well, you're taking the rest of it home with you.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't want to like
Woo!
fill you up
Cut
right
them
now.
all.
Yeah. So Dot, you've had it at other levels of ripeness, right?
Yes.
And how did you rate it before?
There's times when I received them early and I didn't like them as much. Like, let's say 1 year Dot would be a 6, and then one time I tasted it like that. I rated it a 9. So it depends on when it was picked and the year it was picked for me.
Now, I don't do this with Dot, but I have heard that there are people who let it get ripe and then put it in the refrigerator for a couple months even.
Oh, really? It lasts?
And that they develop, I mean, it's always going to be a strong flavor, but they really like them that way.
Really?
So
it could last that? Oh, okay. I'll
I
try
don't know.
that.
I have to try that out sometime, but okay.
If you have any left.
So anyway, on to our next one.
What's that?
You recognize that?
Looks like Grant? No. Gary.
Well, it's a G. It's a Glen.
Glenn. Okay, Glenn.
Okay. So yeah, this is a very popular variety that we happen to have a lot of right now. So we wanted to.
I think is that the one the best to do salsa? Let me remember.
I don't know if it has enough. And it's fiberless, so
Oh, no.
salsa is good for something.
Not enough flavor for.
It's a.
Yeah. Well, salsa would be mild flavor mango. Yeah. I would use this.
It's sweet, no fiber, but it is. It's
Light.
like a fruity flavor kind of thing.
Very light.
You know, it's not. I don't really think of it as a mango flavor per se, right?
Very light. It reminds me of the Mexican mango sometimes when you have nothing else to buy. Nothing else is out there. You have to go to the grocery store. I think they're Glenn's. What did I rate Glenn at? Let's see.
Yep, we gotta see what the historical Glen rating is.
I just put okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay, so those are also Glen. So we've done that. So
That looks Seacrest.
that is a Seacrest, and you were.
That's a new one.
Yeah, they're new to us. This is our first year with Seacrest, and we have a green one and a ripe one, and it seems to not get off flavors. At least I taste the ones that drop, and it seems like they hold up. not only does the flavor hold up, but it seems that the fruit doesn't get damaged when it drops either.
I read that.
So that's
That's
a nice
why
thing.
they started crafting that one. It holds
Well,
up really well.
Well, and plus, I think the taste is better.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so here we go.
Let's see. It's a new day. Excuse me. Yeah, it's a lot more flavorful than the one I tasted last week. See? Maybe
So you might have to change whatever rating there is in there, right?
Or maybe I had too much of one. Very orange at the end.
Yeah, right next to the peel. It's also very orange. Yeah, very orange flavor, tangerine almost.
Yeah, citrus, very citrus. Oh, that's good. It changes profile next to the peel.
Very flavorful, but it's a different flavor certainly from Julie.
Oh yeah.
It's
I gotta change my.
Yeah, I gotta go home and change the rating on that one.
Yeah, that tastes really good.
But it's Gary Edward Krause or Edward Gary Krause.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Gary's good.
Edward does pretty good too.
Well, I know that before when I first started eating them, I think it was sometimes was it a drought or, as you said, more watery, and the flavor profile is lighter. It's more all the mangoes this year, the last 3 years have really have robust flavors. I don't know if it's the weathering or have you been using fertilizer?
Well, we use like gypsum, calcium
natural
on that,
right.
and then Hora's been spraying some kelp and
see those things help.
A lot of
with flavors,
minor nutrients. But yeah, if you get a ton of rain for a couple of weeks, there's no way to have a normal flavor. It just sort of dilutes things a little bit.
Everything.
But yeah, we've been having some dry weather lately. Well, thank you very much, Pat, for
for
bringing your summary of ratings and then giving us your opinion on all these mangoes too. So
right, no problem. Thank you so much.